Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Farah. Welcome back, and in today's video we will be taking a look at Ocean Breeze Luluca, and also just talking about what you should do with your bookmarks right now. So I just opened this up on the computer, so it's a fresh fresh video of it. Third skill, with quality with quality customer service, dispels 2 debuffs from all allies and grants increased defense for 2 turns with an ice cream. Alrighty. Ice cream. Undispellable. After being attacked, recovers 20% of max HP, dispelled after being attacked. So basically just gives you a heal. That's pretty cool. This is actually a good skill. It's pretty fantastic skill, really. The passive, after an enemy uses a non-attack skill, gains 2 focus and increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. Can only be activated once every 2 turns after using a skill. When focus is full, consumes all focus and activates Luluca's special delivery. Luluca's special delivery attacks all enemies who are interrupting her delivery. Dispelling 2 buffs and an 85% chance to inflict silence for 1 turn and a 100% chance to decrease critical hit damage for 2 turns before decreasing skill cooldown of the caster by 1 turn. So a lot going on there. Dispels 2 buffs from herself, she attacks all enemies and dispels 2 buffs and then inflicts silence and decrease hit chance. So I think that's exactly what Angel of Light Angelica does. I love the descriptions here. Attacks all enemies who are interrupting her delivery. This is like, I'm just thinking about being on the mail routes right now. Attacks the enemy with overflowing energy and increases combat readiness of the ally with the highest combat readiness, except for the caster, by 10%. And then it can be soul burned to increase combat readiness of all allies, and that can go up to a 15% combat readiness increase. That turn, the skill, or the passive, I guess, the passive that can be an AoE, it gives her an extra 10, yeah, so 25% combat readiness there when it's skilled out, and then this goes down to a 4-turn cooldown. So pretty solid unit. She's, really very, very solid. I don't have really anything bad to say about her. I absolutely love the kid. Though I love the wording of everything here. A troublemaking part-timer who likes to wander around the sparkly beach. Wow. How awful of me to say that you guys should be careful and save all of your summons for Seaside Bellona, because that really is what you should be doing. There's a Selene thing up too. But yeah, it's a limited summon, which obviously you want to get all the limiteds you can, but really I think right now this is just them trying to get people to summon a bunch of bookmarks on this banner, and then they won't have anything left for Seaside Bellona, if you had a pity, and then at that point you'd have to spend money to be able to get Seaside Bellona guaranteed. So I would strongly recommend waiting for just Seaside Bellona. She will be here very shortly. I would be confused if they didn't do her. If they dropped something that said they are not doing Seaside Bellona banner and somehow I missed that, definitely comment down below. I would have to imagine there will be a Seaside Bellona banner here pretty shortly. Typically it's in July. It's July 6th today. So yeah, just going around checking my stuff. We can adopt a pet on camera too. Fantastic. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to warn you guys about Ocean Breeze Luluca. If you guys don't have Seaside Bellona yet, definitely save for Seaside Bellona. This is fun. We get this stuff too. Molagoras. Yeah, this is a lot of good stuff here. Anyway, yeah, just be careful, because you really, like, Seaside Bellona is such a good PvE unit, and she can be used in PvP as well. A little harder to build for PvP, but pretty much everything is if you're at a high level. If you're at a low level, it's not difficult. And there's actually a great place to get gear for her specifically. It's really awful it's put here. It's in Nixed Sanctum. Oh god, I hate doing this one. But anyway, once you get through here, you get this equipment, this is just trash. Some people say attack percentage necklaces are usable. I don't know why. I really would not recommend keeping anything. Like, you can keep this particular one if you want, because it could roll. No, there's not even crit damage on it. I don't understand. Why would you want attack percentage and not crit damage? It doesn't make sense in my head. Like, even on the crit damage set, you'd like to make sure you're 100% maxing out that crit damage at 350, I think the cap is. And then getting all the attack on top of that you can, because 350% crit damage is going to be crapping on enemy units. I mean, that's a lot of crit damage. And crit damage is slightly more valuable than attack percentages. If you don't believe me, just look at pieces of equipment. So here you'll see 6%, no, 7. This is wrong. Okay, these are level 75, so they aren't the highest available. A max roll of crit damage is 7%. Why am I not seeing... I'm positive a max roll is 7%. 6% there. 6%. These are level 78 pieces. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, we're gonna look in the. We're all gonna look together. Arrange, auto select. Just 85 and 86 plus, and then probably at least that, and then the substat needs to be crit damage. Okay, so 85, 5% there. Did I do something wrong? Oh, the main stat is that. No. All for the main stat. The substat has to be crit damage. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, so I found a piece here. 7% crit damage. So 7% crit damage is the max roll for a level 85. It should be for a level 88 as well. And then you have, this was from Labyrinth, by the way, this particular piece. So 7% crit damage is available on 80s and 85s. I don't think it's available on 75s. But 7% is the max amount available. And then you look at something else where it has attack percentage, and it'll say 8% attack is the highest available. So if you take that and just think about that in your head, there are 3 sides, or the whole right side, you can get, or to you guys it might look like this, the whole right side, this is my left hand, but it's the camera, it's just whatever. So the right side pieces, the necklace, ring, and boots, can all be attack percentage. The only thing that you can get crit damage on is the necklace for a main stat. And it's 13% crit damage for the main stat, and it's 12% attack for main stats. But then you look at substats on, I guess, either side, and you have crit damage at a max of 7% and attack percentage at a max of 8%. So if you think about that, you can only have the crit damage as a main stat on the necklace anyway, and you're always going to get lower rolls of crit damage if everything is maxed anyway. If you have 2 rolls of attack percentage, 2 rolls of crit damage, you'll always have less crit damage because it has a lower maximum than attack percentage does, if that makes sense. So crit damage is the more valuable stat. You should be pushing for that. I've heard people say because Vildred does AoEs, he should have more attack. I don't know what math. I don't know who did that math. That doesn't make any sense. Crit damage and attack are weighted together in the equation to reach total damage, and then the rage set is the only thing that it increase, and a couple of artifacts like Tonfa and Sheath that can increase damage beyond that. So you have the damage calculation with attack and crit damage, and then skill multipliers, and then on top of that you can get extra damage on the rage set. But like crit damage is just, it's worth more than attack percentages. It is in every single gacha game. I don't know why someone would think attack is better on any unit because it does AoEs. I've seen that in this community for years. It doesn't make any sense. That's just not true. There's no way that's true. it's always the more valuable stat because it's harder to get. Anyway, there's a crit damage set here, or a destruction set. This set is probably going to be pretty fantastic for your Seaside Bellona. Not much speed in this set, though. I will say that's an issue. But it is crit damage and crit rate here for the set, or destruction and crit rate for the set. So it's actually a full set ready to go. You could farm Banshee for a little bit and try to get speed boots here for where this is here. Because you do have only speed on 2 other things, but just getting a bunch of crit rate and crit damage on her, and she has some effectiveness here as well, just one place for effectiveness. But if you're running her in Wyvern for a one-shot team, she doesn't need the effectiveness that badly. She will need it to land the target, but I would be more concerned right off the rip with simply getting enough damage off to actually clear wave 1. And then you don't typically need her target to land, as long as you can get a decreased defense off with a different unit you're bringing in the team. You're going to be good to go there. Like a Furious can work in a one-shot team. The first wave, you can have Seaside Bellona go, kill the first wave. You don't need an attack buff if you have good enough gear. This might be good enough. I think that might be good enough. It's more of just a speed issue with this at this point. But yeah, this is a good set for a damage dealer in general. But the reason you would want crit damage for something like a Seaside Bellona or a Clarissa, something that's killing the first wave of something, is because you're not going to have any debuffs on them. Rage doesn't make any sense. It's doing literally nothing if there's no debuffs on the enemy. If there is debuffs on the enemy, it's way more damage. If there isn't, there's no set effect you even have on your unit at that moment. So crit damage always makes more sense. You can make an attack set work as well if you have good attack percent gear. But this is just something that you get for doing Nixed Sanctum anyway. So good place to get some gear for Seaside Bellona, or potentially another damage dealer if you wanted to do that. And then the other thing I needed to say, I did screw this up. They must have changed it, because Royal Capital as Macallus, it just completely saves everything every time. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it used to reset on a weekly basis, but now it's keeping track of all of the progress I have everywhere here. So I need to go through here again, and which is fine because he's got good gear anyway. Like you can look at this stuff and see what exactly he will give you. So today I could get attack percent boots on the rage set. I could get a crit set chest or a unity weapon. Here I think this is the same. They might be the same every day. Are they? They might. No, I don't think they're the same every day. I think they must change sometimes. Anyway, from Executioner Carcanus, you get speed boots on the speed set, which is pretty solid. You could farm this and legitimately get really, really phenomenal gear. From this place, there's a rage chest there. You could get. I really want to get these rage boots, attack percent boots for my cigarette. That would be a huge help. But yeah, it does save. So just go through and do all of it for one area if you have enough luck. Sometimes it's based on luck, because where the monsters are will change each time you refresh the page. So every time you go through here and do this labyrinth, you can yield back out, and then you can go back in with the same labyrinth compasses you had before, and the battles will be in the exact same places until you do a different labyrinth, or you do this labyrinth in a different section and then use the orange portal out, and then it will refresh the attacks here. So an important thing to note there. But apparently this stuff does count, and you should just do it. That was my bad. But yeah, anyway, that's all for this one. I think this is episode like 17 or 18 of this guide, but anyway, yeah, I'll see all of you in the next one.